So it looks like Alonso has asked to leave Chelsea. Pulisic could be leaving Chelsea. Let's get into this Chelsea video, people.
Hello guys, subscribe to WorldWideChels.
Hi WorldWideChels. WorldWideChels.
Subscribe to WorldWideChels.
Thank you for your support.
Yes, people, welcome to another Chelsea video of mine. Keeping you guys up to date with all the latest Chelsea news, left, right, centre, outgoings, news video mainly today. People, unfortunately, I have to go into the work office Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So any uploads will be after 7 p.m, 8 p.m. UK time. So make sure you guys remember that. If you don't get notified, please search for this channel every single day. I post on my socials, Twitter, Instagram. And if you want to support the channel, as always, please like the video, man. One like, it helps out so much, people. The channel is doing really, really well. Obviously, there's always ups and downs, but if you guys can always like the video, even if you don't watch the full video, one like helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new here, hit the notification, tune in daily, and comment down below, man. Especially if you're new here, make sure you guys subscribe, man. Subscribe and help me get to 25k subscribers, people. Let's do this, man. First topic we're going to speak about is Christian Pulisic very quickly. Now, of course, some fans on social media have said that he's removed his PFP and Chelsea FC from his Instagram bio. And obviously there's a meltdown from the whole fan base that, yeah, that's all done. Chelsea Fan TV tried to ask Jesters, my guy, he needs to come back on the channel very soon. Very, very lovely response. I don't know. He hasn't called me yet for a weekly meeting. I'll get back with you. For your information, I've been on the Pulisic should leave in the summer train for about 5 months. And I said, listen, that's a very, very good response. But honestly, guys, what do you guys make of that? Pulisic to leave Chelsea Football Club, yes or no? I'll be very surprised. Obviously, Todd Bowley coming in. I thought maybe Pulisic could be, one of the most important players for Chelsea Football Club. But that's where we are currently. We also got Alonso has asked to leave Chelsea Football Club. Now, this one hurts me because what I'm reading is that Emerson could be staying at the club next season. We're not going to be signing maybe any players. From early reports that I'm seeing currently, that Emerson will come back because Alonso is going to be leaving. Well, he's asked to leave. Now, Barcelona do not want to spend more than 10 million euros, people. More than 10 million. They're happy to offer between 5 to 10. And Marino's going to be asking for a lot of money, people. Alonso, he's done really well over the years. Obviously, a lot of criticism in the last few years because Ben Chilwell was on top form. He was on amazing form. We were first place. He got injured, unfortunately. Alonso come in and the form went down, like Jay Sean. So, listen, it's not his fault. It's our expectations. We expect so much from players that are not first choice. He won us the league. He's done well. He's won us trophies. And maybe it is time for him to go. I think there are other players that need to leave first. But if Alonso wants to leave, it would have been nice for him to win, I think, the Emirates FA Cup, I think it was, or League Cup that he needed to win to complete the whole set. I think it's Carabao Cup that he needed to win. Unfortunately, we didn't get that, of course. So Barcelona are currently waiting to see what price Chelsea demand. I expect it to be more than 10 million, but Barcelona will max offer 10 million euros. So that is where we are today so far with Pulisic. We've got Alonso. We've got Ziyech as well, looking at opportunities, whether he can find elsewhere if Thomas Tuchel cannot, guarantee him time. Perisic, a bit quiet nowadays. We've been seeing that Perisic agreed to deal with Chelsea in terms of the contract talks to leave Inter Milan. Inter Milan have improved the proposal after a new meeting regarding the contract extension. The Croatian will now discuss his option with his agents before making a choice in the near future, very soon. That's for Fabrizio Romano as well. And we also got here, Juve have no intention of paying a big fee for J5. Everything will depend on Chelsea. So that is where we are right now. I also want to say that Thomas Tuchel will not be taking any holidays either. This guy will be working hard because there's too much to do at Chelsea and he wants to act fast and smart when they are allowed to. So this guy knows certain players need to leave, certain players need to come in, and he wants to get that preseason early as well and make sure everything's up to date. So this is what we're seeing right now, people. Outgoings: Alonso, Pulisic maybe, Ziyech maybe, Aspi maybe, Christian's going, of course. Rudiger's going, of course. Barkley scored the last goal under the Roman era, of course. It just had to be him, right? Ross the boss, the true number 8, basically. He's been phenomenal for Chelsea Football Club. He's been absolutely amazing. Money well spent. He's given it all for Sarri, Conte, Lampard, Tuchel, and maybe we should give him a statue. Okay, listen, that's enough of me talking a lot of nonsense, people. But on a serious level, players like Barkley, maybe even Werner, all these guys need to leave. Now, when I was speaking to some Chelsea fans yesterday, they were saying not to expect too many outgoings, and I was thinking, okay, this is a whole rebuild, couple seasons coming up. I get it. Like, if we don't replace these players, then not all players should leave. But how many are we going to limit it to? How many do you want to see go out? Now, excluding Rudiger and Christensen, how many are actually leaving? We're talking about Aspi, we're talking about Alonso, we're talking about Barkley, we're talking about Werner, we're talking about Pulisic, we're talking about Ziyech, we're talking about maybe Lukaku, we're talking about maybe even Kante. Now, even mentioning Kante now might get me so much hate. I don't want him to leave. I want him to stay, but I want him to take a pay cut, and I want him to help the dressing room where he doesn't play every single game. I want him to play the big games. We don't need him against teams like Watford or Leeds or all these guys where we control the game. But when it's like Man City, your Liverpools, that's when we need him, in my opinion. But he must take a pay cut. We missed out on a chance, I think, 2-3 years ago to get about 100 million. At the time, it would have been crazy because he's world class. Obviously, on his day, he's world class. And unfortunately, injuries have let him down. So that is where we are currently. What players will be leaving Chelsea Football Club? And it feels weird that the season is now over for us. We should be in that Champions League final right now, but we're not, unfortunately. But yeah, it's been a crazy season. I remember at the beginning of the season, all of us were saying 4 trophies, 5 trophies, 6 trophies, and we ended up with how many did we end up with? Is it 2 or 1? I got bad memory, guys, and this is me recording. Apologies. But yeah, Club World Cup, that was the most important one, of course, and Super Cup. It was good to see for sure, man. That was the most important ones for me. Transfer talks are set to be held between Todd Bowley and Thomas Tuchel very soon, ASAP. Basically, Bowley will be given a frank assessment as to what's required to turn Chelsea into champions again. Now, I also want to say that Frank Lampard, when I saw that word Frank, I thought about Frank Lampard, that he wants one of our defenders on loan next season. The fans of Everton going crazy, running onto the pitch, attacking players and stuff like that. We don't want to see that, people. A big club like Everton doing that, by the way. That's where we're going to now. United have their new manager now, and they said it's time for City's and Liverpool's era to end. Now, of course, that's amazing to hear. That is something that you want to hear from your manager. But when you watch that team over the last few years, or over the last 10 years, they're nowhere near. At least we're like 1 or 2 gears behind. Like, we need to make. When I heard people say we're going to win the league, this season went by, I was just thinking in my head, absolutely crazy. We just about came 4th, luckily. We signed Lukaku, who was on top form, but really wasn't my type of signing. We signed Betteleni, who I don't think even played, or maybe played 1 cup game, off the top of my head. It wasn't really a good window for Chelsea Football Club. So where we get in this Premier League now, of course, form was doing really well. The formation, Chilwell, Reece James, top form. But it don't last, people. Players have dips. Injuries happen. And it all crumbles. Now, of course, we drew a lot of games where we should have scored a lot of goals, those games. But those performances disappeared. The last few games, the last few months have been absolute shocking. Absolutely embarrassing. So I'm hoping for a formation change. I'm hoping for outgoings. I'm hoping for incomings. I'm hoping for Koundé, Koulibaly. I was going to say Declan Rice. I'd rather have my Basmati rice right now. But I'll be happy with, Tuchel. Apparently, he might be moved to Liverpool, Madrid. Talks about Neymar. We're talking about Dembele, Rafinha. I think Leeds are staying up. Are Leeds staying up? Leeds going down. Listen, I haven't even looked at the league. I don't know if United got the Europa or Conference or whatever it is. Like, I saw them celebrating Brighton scoring over the weekend or something. It was absolutely crazy, man. Still can't believe City scored 3 goals in 5 minutes. For me, if that happened as a Chelsea fan, I'll say that's fixed. But because they happened to Liverpool, I'm all up for it, people. When it happens to Liverpool, I'm all up for it. Because when VAR comes involved and it goes against us, against Liverpool as well, it really annoys me as a Chelsea fan. So yeah, good karma. I think the whole community came together and we're all happy, man. Okay, guys, enough of me talking. WorldWideChels people, like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. Tune in daily. Comment down below. I'll see you soon, man. Peace.